Hi everybody, I'm Mekki. I'm Moroccan. Most of my family still lives over there in Africa, so I don't know why I look like this either, but Moroccans are supposed to be like really hot or something, but...
Welcome to Pegasus vs. the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
All right, you guys, this one's titled, When Your Girlfriend Leaves You for a Pro Athlete. Mekki Leeper, I think. Anyways, this is on Comedy Central's Comedy Central stand-up channel. Make sure you go subscribe. They got a bunch of crazy content, and they release pretty consistently. So we've been kind of going through the archives and having fun with it. And they've been reactor-friendly, meaning they're not... I haven't seen them giving out copyright strikes, and a lot of the stuff they let you monetize, which is really cool. So make sure you're supporting their channel. Also, support the comedians. Go out, buy tickets, check them out. If you're enjoying it, follow them on social medias, and let's get it correculating. If y'all don't know who I am by now, I'm Black Pegasus. I do have a music reaction channel as well. I'll link it in the description if you're into music reactions. And I have a podcast with my best friend, Don. It's called the 40-Year-Old FUQ Boys Podcast. So I'm going to put those channels in the description. And let's see what this Moroccan is talking about.
Supposed to be like really hot or something, but every now and again they pop out looking like... Moroccans are supposed to be like really hot or something, but every now and again they pop out looking like Logic, so...
He actually does look like the rapper Logic. That's hilarious, especially with the glasses he's wearing.
Happened to me. It's all, you know how annoying it is to look like Logic every day? Out of all the rappers, that's the rapper. Every other rapper is like, I'll do whatever I want, I'll shoot people. Logic is like, if you're like depressed, there's people you could talk to. Every rapper's like, I have 15 cars. Logic's like, I'm really getting bullied online a lot. But yeah, I'm Moroccan, and people say weird stuff about it, especially now. They're like, was that ever hard for you? Were people ever like racist to you? And it's like, does it look like anybody has ever been racist to me? You think I'm going around telling racist people my family's Arab? No, they don't think that I'm Arab. Honestly, racist people think that I'm racist. I'm trying to fucking blend in here, everybody. You know, there's a group of people running around like, what's up, man? We're the Steve haters. We beat the shit out of everybody named Steve. What's your name? I don't know, fucking not Steve, dude. What are you talking about? You know, people say crazy stuff.
Oh, he's cooking. This is a gem. Yo, this is a gem. He is cooking.
We beat the shit out of everybody named Steve. What's your name? I don't know, fucking not Steve, dude. What are you talking about? You know, people say crazy stuff. They're like, oh, you're Moroccan. Does that mean you can, like, say the N-word? And it's like, first of all, you don't know how that word works. They're like, no, but you could just explain that your family is from Africa. It's like, let me tell you something. If I say the N-word, there's no one standing around like, well, let's let him explain. It's not happening.
Oh, shit. Oh,
but
Lord,
I don't know. I never got bullied for it because I look like this mostly. But I did get bullied just for like weird stuff. Like when you're a kid, you get bullied for things that don't really make sense. Like one time I got bullied for taking a shit. Some kid just slid under the stall door. It was in 5th grade, and he was like, "Ew, shitter!" And then slithered away and told the class. And I had to go back there and be like, guys, that's what that room is for. I don't know. Also, why is it not weird that there's a kid sliding around on the bathroom floor? Is this your king? Is this? We're going to hear testimony from a guy that has pee on his shirt. That's all right. Great. But they're all using like 5th grade brains. So they're like, look, man, he was checking to see if you were taking a shit and you weren't. So that's on you, bro. There's nothing we could do. Our hands are tied, unfortunately. You know, dude, when you're a little kid, you get bullied for stuff that you're not even doing. Just like hypotheticals. People come up to you, they're like, hey man, if you had an earring, what ear would you put it in? There's so much pressure to answer that when you're a little kid. It's like you're on a game show. You're like, I don't know, the right? And they're like, survey says, you're gay. You're like, what? We're all 9 years old. None of us can afford jewelry. And they're like, yeah, but now we know that if you could afford jewelry, you would own it in a gay way. So I don't think kids are going to be that homophobic in 2019, but I do think they'll keep mercilessly bullying each other. And I think it's going to start being about their actual personalities. And that's going to be terrifying for some of these kids, you know? Could you imagine just a huddle of bullies around somebody like, hey, Trevor, you're unreliable. Like, oh. This is the meanest thing I've ever heard. Just like, you flake on plans and don't finish projects you start. Fuck you, Trevor. Like, oh. I don't care if you're gay, you lack follow-through. Like, oh. You know, the teacher's gonna come over like, all right, everybody, why don't we go back to the racial slurs? This is too much for Trevor, I think. He's like, you do have some unfinished assignments, though, Trevor. You should listen to these kids. Making some good points about your work ethic, I think.
Yo, this dude has like this intellectual comedy style, but he's actually killing. Like, he's snapping right now. Like, he's going off. Again, it's obvious because this is one of the more popular videos on this channel. And when you see that, there's these people who just really know how to write. Really know how to write and get it. And I'm not saying he's not funny in real life. He might be one of those guys who's just like funny in real life, can write. But sometimes you'll find comics who can just write and aren't as funny in real life, and then vice versa, or they're just the whole thing. But anyways, I don't know about him, but he's fire. He's dropping flame. I like this.
I don't know, man. I'm glad that that's done. I'm glad to not be a little kid anymore. I have a girlfriend now. It's great. She's the best. And yeah, one woo. That might be her. She's here. No, I think it's great because I was terrible at being single. I was single for years and years, and have you guys ever been single for so long that you start accidentally taking your friends on dates?
Yo, this is a pause moment. Sorry. His lips are mad pink, yo. Like, I'm kind of mesmerized. Pause. Like, no Didius, nothing going on here, but yo, it's mad pink. Like, look at my lips real quick. Look at his lips. Yo, you think he got lip gloss? Like, what is, yo, I just noticed that. Like, I was like, damn, his lip game is kind of like, he about to get some of the senoritas.
I was terrible at being single. I was single for years and years, and have you guys ever been single for so long that you start accidentally taking your friends on dates? I would like hit up my friends to hang out, and they're like, yeah, I can chill this weekend, but I don't want to go to the aquarium again. I was getting them gifts. I got my buddy a hoodie. It wasn't even a holiday. He was like, what is this for? I was like, I spent all my time reading my ex-girlfriend's food blog. It wasn't even interesting. It was just the only place she forgot to block me. So I had to check. There are no photos of her, but she writes about salad a lot, so I know she looks great, which is frustrating. There's a week where it was all pastries. I was like, she's coming back, but that didn't happen. The hardest part of that was always like reading it and then having to follow the recipe to find out whether or not it's enough food for 2 people. Like, that's the only way I can tell if she moved on, you know? My roommate keeps coming in the kitchen like, hey man, that's a lot of pasta. I'm like, it's not that much pasta, okay? This is a normal amount. I'm gonna eat this by myself for sure. I'm eating it later. I'm like, this is so much fucking pasta. This is enough for 3 people. What does that mean? Very negative. You know?
It's wild, yo. The nerdy stalker. That's crazy.
I'm not good at being in a relationship either, though. You know, like, I don't know. My girlfriend now, she's like much hotter than me, which means that I have to tell a bunch of little lies to make sure that she doesn't find out about that. You know, like we've been dating for 2 years, and she still thinks that I laugh like this. Definitely. So. It's not great. You know? But I don't know.
This is, what's that dude's name? Pete Davidson? This is how funny I thought Pete Davidson would be or should be. Anyways, I've only reacted to one of his joints, but this is fire. This is fire. So I'll have to go back and check out a Pete Davidson joint. give him a fair shake. But the one I saw where he was in Canada doing some stuff about the rifa was not funny. But I felt like it was supposed to be funny, like the way this is.
I dated this one girl in college for like a year, and this is true. That relationship ended because after a year, she left me for one of the Temple University basketball players. That was my school, and it was tough, you know, because like she's right. You know what I mean? It's always hard going through a breakup when the other person has made just like the objectively correct decision. And this guy, he's like a Division I athlete, right? So I didn't underestimate how tall he was going to be or how ripped he was going to be, but I definitely underestimated how many posters of him there were around campus. You know, a lot of people go through a breakup. Not everybody has to see a 10-foot banner of her new boyfriend going like this. I swear to God, there's a billboard of this guy on campus where he's gripping a basketball and it just says, "It's our time." I'm like, well, I don't know if it's our time. Feels pretty distinctly like your time right now. I'm gonna be, you know, the worst part is my roommates were all huge fans. So they would watch all the games and I'd have to listen to announcers on ESPN talk about this guy and say a bunch of stuff I didn't want to hear at all, you know? Stuff like, "Oh, Jim, would you just look at the incredible strength and stamina of this young athlete?" I'm like, all right, that's about enough of that. No thanks. They're like, "Oh, Steve, you don't have to tell me this guy does nothing but dominate whatever's in front of him." Like, "Oh, Jim, I mean, could you just imagine with this kind of raw power and speed? I mean, just how hard he fucks Emily. It's got to
be." Yo, he was cooking, bro. Yo, Mekki Leeper. Mekki? I think his name is Mekki. Hey, man, check him out on social medias, man. Mekki Leeper. Dude, he's fire. That's insane. He's really good. I'm going to check out more probably. You guys need to tap in for that. Damn. What's this? On The Late Show with James Corden. Nice. Dude is funny, yo. Props, mad props. You guys, don't forget, support Comedy Central Stand-Up's channel. Support Mekki. I think that's how you say it. And just holla at your boy, man.
City boy, city boy.